What factors determine if materials like carpet or cabinets can be dried in place or removed?
What determines whether or not they can be dried or removed? It's multifaceted, one of which is the category. So, how contaminated is the water? So, if there's a septic backup and it floods the basement and the basement is carpeted, that is going to be removed just because the dam, whether or not it can be dried, it doesn't mean that it's going to be returned to the standard of cleanliness that it was at prior to the loss. The second piece is going to be how damaged is it? Has the material suffered irreparable damage? So let's talk about wood floors. Wood floors can dry, especially if they're true hardwood. However, if the flooring has been saturated to the point and for long enough that it buckles and is warped beyond recognition, that is likely going to be removed. However, if there is slight buckling or some warping on that wood floor, we're going to make every effort to dry it because over time, typically in this case, if it's that saturated, 7 days, there's a very good chance that we're going to be able to dry that wood back to its pre-loss condition.
What is the typical timeline for drying at a home versus completing the reconstruction?
Drying is generally much more condensed as a process than reconstruction. And the reason is that it's almost never the case that a drying process extends beyond 7 days. Almost never the case. Generally, it's actually closer to 3 to 5. 7 is an extreme example. But within 3 to 5 days, almost all of the moisture should be removed from almost every salvageable material. Reconstruction is a different animal because of the fact that there are materials that occasionally need to be specially ordered, or if they're custom in any way, they might need to be manufactured offsite. So if you have a cabinet that needs to be replaced and it's a custom cabinet, it could take 8 weeks for that cabinet to be replicated. Or if you are replacing a hardwood floor, again, it might not be in stock at your local Home Depot. It might need to be shipped from the manufacturer, which could take some weeks occasionally.